At 69, Maureen McCormick finally tells the truth about David Cassidy. Maureen McCormick was born Maureen Dennis Semkermack on August 5, 1956 in Enino, California. McCormick grew up in a middle-class family and displayed a nearly interest in performance and entertainment. Her natural charisma, bright personality, and undeniable talent made her a perfect fit for the world of acting. And by the time she was a young teenager, she had already begun to appear in commercials and television roles. Her big break came when she was cast at the age of 12 as the eldest daughter in the Brady family, a role that would forever define her career and make her a household name. The Brady Bunch became an instant classic, offering wholesome family humor and storylines that resonated with audience of all ages. As Marcia Brady, McCormick portrayed the quintessential American girl, beautiful, kind, popular, yet also vulnerable and relatable. Her performance brought warmth and charm to the character, and her delivery of iconic lines like Marcia cemented her in television history. The show's light-hearted nature provided comfort and joy to families during a time of great social change in America. And McCormick's role played an essential part in creating that cultural legacy, even decades later. Reruns and spin-offs ensure that her portrayal of Marcia continues to be discovered and loved by new generations. Maureen McCormick's meteoric rise to fame came through her iconic portrayal of Marcia Brady on the legendary television series The Brady Bunch, which aired from 1969 to 1974. Marcia, the quintessential all-American teenage girl, beautiful, charismatic, and somewhat mischievous, captured the hearts of millions of viewers across multiple generations. McCormick's ability to embody a character who was simultaneously relatable and aspirational contributed to her enduring popularity. Her performance resonated with audiences not just in the United States but worldwide as the Brady Bunch became a cultural phenomenon, inspiring grins, merchandising, and even stage adaptations. The character's universal appeal was so strong that it paved the way for numerous spin-offs and special projects. In 1981, this influenced materialized in the miniseries The Brady Brides, which followed the adventures of Marcia and Jan as newlyweds, exploring the transition from teenage life into adult responsibilities. That same year, the made-for-TV movie Eve Brady Girls Get Married further extended McCormick's reach, demonstrating the public's enduring fascination with the Brady family history and with Marcia's journey in particular. These projects underscored not only the timelessness of the original series, but also Maureen McCormick's central role in shaping the Brady legacy. However, when The Brady's premiered in 1990 as amateur reincarnation of the Brady Bunch, McCormick faced a personal and professional crossroads. By that time, she had recently given birth to her daughter, which made her unavailable to reprise her beloved role as Marcia Brady. This absence was felt by both fans and producers alike, illustrating the unique challenges child stars often face as they transition into adulthood. McCormick's temporary withdrawal from the series highlighted the tension between professional opportunities and personal life commitments, a balancing act familiar to many actors who gained fame at a young age. While she could not participate in this new iteration of the franchise, her legacy as Marcia remained undiminished, and her earlier performances continued to attract new viewers through reruns and home video releases, solidifying her status as a cultural icon. Following the conclusion of The Brady Bunch, McCormick skillfully diversified her acting portfolio, appearing in a wide array of guest roles in popular television programs of the 1970s and 1980 seconds. She made memorable appearances on shows such as Donnie and Marie, showcasing her charm and versatility, as well as on Love Boat, Happy Days, Vega, Fantasy Island, and Streets of San Francisco. Each of these appearances allowed McCormick to step outside the confines of the Brady persona, demonstrating her range as a performer and her ability to adapt to different genres. From light-hearted comedy to dramatic storytelling, these roles not only kept her in the public eye, but also helped her develop skills and professional credibility necessary to transition from child star to a more mature actress in Hollywood's comedy landscape. In addition to her television work, McCormick ventured into supporting roles in feature films, further expanding her repertoire and proving her adaptability as an actress. She appeared in The Idolmaker 1980, a drama exploring the music industry which allowed her to connect with audiences on a different artistic level. Her work in A Vacation in Hell, 1979, showcased her ability to navigate suspense and action-driven narratives, while Skate Town USA, 1979, allowed her to tap into the era's vibrant youth culture and the roller skating craze, further cementing her relevance in pop culture. Later, in Return to Horror High 1987, McCormick demonstrated her capacity to explore darker, more comedic horror material, proving that her talents were not confined to lighthearted sitcoms or teenage dramas. These varied roles illustrated her willingness to challenge herself as an actress and to evolve beyond her early fame while maintaining the affable, relatable qualities that initially endeared her to millions. Despite her professional achievements, McCormick's journey has not always been easy. Like many child stars, she faced personal struggles in the aftermath of fame. She has spoken candidly about her battles with addiction, insecurities, and the challenges of being typecast as Marcia Brady long after the show ended. In her deeply honest memoir, Here's the Story, Surviving Marcia Brady and Finding My True Voice, she revealed the highs and lows of her career and personal life, offering readers an intimate look at her journey of survival, resilience, and eventual healing. Her openness not only humanized her in the eyes of fans, but also inspired many who were dealing with their own struggles. In more recent years, Maureen McCormick has reintroduced herself to the public in new and uplifting ways. She participated in Dancing with the Stars, where she demonstrated her grace, perseverance, and charm to a whole new audience. She also appeared in I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, and co-hosted Frozen in Time, a home renovation show that highlighted her passion for creativity and design. Through these ventures, she proved that her talent and appeal have endured across generations. Maureen McCormick, best known for her portrayal of Marcia Brady on the beloved 1970s sitcom The Brady Bunch, experienced a complicated and often painful journey in both her personal and professional life once the camera stopped rolling. During her time on the show, she became involved in a stormy romance with her co-star Barry Williams, who played Greg Brady. Their relationship was passionate yet tumultuous, complicated by their youth, the pressure of fame, and the fact that their on-screen characters were siblings, which made any real-life romance all the more controversial and difficult to navigate. The intense feelings between them would linger long after the series ended, shaping some of the choices McCormick made in her early adult years. After The Brady Bunch was canceled in 1974, McCormick faced the difficult transition from child star to adult actress, a struggle many of her peers also endured. Unfortunately, she found herself slipping into a dangerous lifestyle fueled by cocaine and quaaludes. These substances, readily accessible in Hollywood at the time, consumed her energy, distorted her self-image, and ultimately derailed her once promised career. Instead of capitalizing on her fame and talent, McCormick missed out on major opportunities because of her addiction, often failing to show up to auditions or arriving too impaired to perform. Alongside her substance abuse, she was also battling personal demons in form of depression and bulimia, which fed into a cycle of self-destruction and further isolated her from the healthy, successful life she longed for. A turning point came on March 16, 1985, when McCormick married actor Michael Cummings. The relationship provided her with a much-needed anchor of stability and love. Unlike many of her previous connections, Cummings was steadfast and committed, helping her to slowly rebuild the confidence and structure she had lost during the chaotic years following The Brady Bunch. Together, they welcomed their only child, Natalie Michelle, in 1989, an event that profoundly changed her McCormick's outlook on life. Motherhood gave her both responsibility and purpose, motivating her to pursue a healthier and more balanced existence. Recognizing the need to confront her inner battles, McCormick entered therapy and rehabilitation programs where she began the long and painful process of recovery. Professional treatment helped her address both her addictions and the psychological scars left from years of depression and bulimia. She was prescribed antidepressants such as Prozac, which stabilized her mental health and allowed her to better cope with her struggles. Just as important, McCormick never lost the support of her Brady Bunch family. The cast, who had grown close during their years on set, continued to serve as a surrogate family in her adult life, offering encouragement, understanding, and friendship when she needed it most. Their enduring bond reminded her that despite the hardships she faced, she wasn't alone, and that the shared legacy of the Brady family carried with it a message of resilience, forgiveness, and love. Through a combination of love, therapy, medication, and friendship, Maureen McCormick gradually pieced her life back together. Her journey was not without setbacks, but her courage to confront her past and embrace recovery stands as a testament to her strength. Today, her story serves as both a cautionary tale about the dangers of fame and addiction and an inspiring example of how determination and the support of loved ones can bring someone back from the brink of self-destruction to a life filled with purpose and healing. At 69, Maureen McCormick finally decided to break her silence about her long-rumored connection with teen idol David Cassidy, a subject that had fascinated fans of both stars for decades. For years, speculation had swirled about whether the two had shared more than just a friendship during the height of their fame in the 1970s. McCormick, best known for her iconic role as Marcia Brady on The Brady Bunch, had carefully avoided addressing the matter directly, preferring instead to keep her private life away from tabloids. But now, with the wisdom of age and a career that had weathered triumphs and painful struggles, she opened up candidly, revealing what really happened behind the scenes. In her interview, McCormick explained that she and Cassidy first met at publicity events in the early 70s when both were at the absolute peak of teen stardom. Cassidy, with his role as Keith Partridge on The Partridge Family, was America's ultimate heartthrob, while McCormick was seen as the golden girl next door. We were both living in this whirlwind of fame, she confessed. Everywhere we went, there were crowds, screaming fans, and people who expected us to be perfect. It was intoxicating, but it was also incredibly isolating. The two young stars found comfort in each other's company because they understood the pressures in ways that outsiders never could. McCormick admitted that Cassidy was more than just a casual acquaintance. Yes, David and I had a connection. She finally revealed. It wasn't a long romance, but it was very real in that moment. He made mellow. He made me feel seen. And he was me own I could trust when the cameras weren't rolling. Her words, spoken with both tenderness and melancholy, painted a picture of a fleeting but significant bond. McCormick also acknowledged that she had kept the relationship private, not only out of respect for Cassidy, but because of the image she was required to maintain at the time. Back then, the studios wanted us to look squeaky clean, almost untouchable. If it had come out that I was dating David or even close to him in that way, it might have created cows. They didn't want their teen idol shaving normal relationships. They wanted fantasy. She admitted that the secrecy was hard to bear, but both she and Cassidy understood the necessity of protecting their careers. Reflecting on Cassidy's struggles later in life, including his battle with alcoholism and the declining health that eventually led to his passing in 2017, McCormick's voice carried a note of sadness. "I wish I could have been there more for him," she said. "David had such a beautiful soul, but fame is brutal. It lifts you up so high and then it can just crush you. I knew what that felt like because I went through my own struggles with addiction and depression. In a way, we mirrored each other's pain, even though we went down different paths." McCormick's revelation was not about scandal, but rather about humanizing a chapter in both of their lives that had long been shrouded in myth. It wasn't about tabloid romance or headlines, she insisted. It was about kids who found each other in a crazy, dizzying world and shared a spark that was honest and kind. "I'll always remember that, and I'll always be grateful for him." At 69, her willingness to speak openly reflected the maturity of someone who had come to terms with her past. McCormick emphasized that she wanted fans to see Cassidy not just as teen idol who graced magazine covers, but as a complex, sensitive person who left an indelible mark on those around him. David was so much more than the posters on the bedroom walls. She said he was funny, generous, and carried a lot more weight on his shoulders than people ever knew. For fans, McCormick's words served both as a touching tribute and a long-awaited confirmation of rumors that had lingered for half a century. While she didn't sensationalize the relationship, she gave it the dignity and authenticity that it deserved. "The truth is simple," she concluded. "David Cassidy was special to me, and that's something I'll cherish forever."